Hey guys, Berrypicker here, and today I'm here to review Nier Automata from the Nintendo Switch. Now before I get started, I want you guys to know, I'm going to be reviewing it by its visuals, capability on the handheld, and its performance on the Switch. So this will not be a review on the game or the story itself. So with this in mind, let's get on with the review. Nier Automata is one of my favorite single-player games, so when I heard it was being ported over to the Switch, I was a bit worrisome, but I decided to give it a chance and review it on the Switch. I played this game on stream and off stream, where you can catch some of it at twitch.tv/xberrypickerx. And from my time playing the game, here's what I found. The visuals are decent for being on the Switch. Obviously it's a downgrade from the other consoles, though that is expected. It doesn't look that bad for being on the Switch, and it does get the job done, but when you're playing on dock mode, you can see the downgrade in lower visuals more often. I personally don't think it takes away from the experience of the game. And there are some areas in the game that are meant to be seen in a better view, but again it does get the point across and it ain't that bad. Though in handheld mode, it looks fine. Since you're not on a TV and you're playing on the go, you hardly notice the downgrade. I feel playing this way is more preferred than dock mode, since the main takeaway is to be able to play on the go, though it's good enough for being on the Switch. Next is its performance. The game runs at 30 frames per second rather than the original 60, though with that being the case, it doesn't seem too slow or sluggish. There are some moments in the game where it does seem to drop frames, like when I was fighting one of the bosses in the game, though for the most part it seems to handle itself quite well. Every other combat I experienced seems fine, and it hasn't felt like slowed down or lag came into play at all. I was actually surprised to see how well the port was holding up. Most ports I've seen succeed in one but fail in the other, or they end up getting the cloud version. God rest their souls. But this one really held its own, and I really came to enjoy my experience with this one. I would say it plays well and you don't need to worry about any major issues. I have played over a total of 10 hours of this game on my Switch, and I can say for certain it plays just fine. I don't have any big complaints from it either. Now for the handheld aspect. It works great. Feels fine to play on the Joy-Cons and on desktop mode. As I said before, playing in handheld mode is more preferred in my personal opinion. It sounds fine, the downgrade is less noticeable, and it drops down to 720p, looks decent as well. I enjoyed my favorite parts of the game playing it on the Switch, and the soundtrack was just amazing as I remembered. I don't feel that the Switch ruined or made the progress of the game any harder for me. And the battery life lasts pretty good for this game. Every time I completed a mission or objective in the game and checked my battery life on the Switch, after playing for a good hour or two, it was at 70 or 60%, so I think this held up pretty well. And here are some extra positives and negatives I found out about the game. Positive. The game costs $40 rather than $60. I know on other platforms you can get the game for a better price, but $40 on the Switch ain't that bad. Negative. The game has built-in motion controls. This could be a positive to some, but I don't really like it. I thought my Pro Controller had drift during my stream, but it turns out if you move your controller forward or side to side, it makes you sprint. I found it super annoying, so I ended up turning it off. So you can disable it, but it's automatically on from the start. Positive. The game gives you DLC outfits for free. All you have to do is download it from the eShop. It's nothing too crazy, but it's a pretty nice touch, and I like the outfits they chose. Negative. Intro issue. This isn't something major, though the video that plays from the main menu can show some stutter, like if it's struggling to play the footage. Though the cutscene in the game are fine, so I wonder why that is. And to wrap this up, I think Nier Automata on the Switch is a really well done port. It might be even the best port I've seen on the Switch. Personally, I've seen a lot of ports that come and go, and they're pretty decent, pretty awful, or just straight up like not even a port at all. Playing this on the Switch really doesn't feel different from me playing it on the Xbox long ago, and I'm generally happy about how the way this came out. This truly was a really well done port, and I personally think that this is probably the best port I've ever seen on the Nintendo Switch. And I don't want to spoil the game for you guys, but I really recommend trying this game out. It's a beautiful game, beautiful storytelling, and it's one of my favorites for a reason. So if you're looking for a brand new single player game to play, or if you've never played this game before, trust me, this game is worth your time. And if you don't want to play it on a Switch and want to give it a better experience or better visuals for different consoles or on the PC, I totally understand that. But if you're someone that's on the go, this is definitely one to pick up. Though for this port being on the Switch, I'm gonna give Nier Automata an 8 out of 10 for its performance on the Switch. I generally do enjoy it, it's really fun, doesn't take away anything away from me. The only sad thing about it is being the downgrade, messing up the visuals and the beauty of the game, but personally, you can get by without it. And that is my review of Nier Automata on the Nintendo Switch. Short and simple, and I think it holds up pretty good. If there's any other games you want to personally see me review being ported over to the Switch, or just being brand new, like a new IP or some sort, that you're not sure you want to pick up on the Switch yet, let me know. And that wraps up for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know I've been gone for a bit, but I promise new videos are coming out. I've been working on a longer one, and I hope you guys are going to be enjoying that one pretty soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Much love, take care, and who likes 2B? I know I do. Bye.